especially when you're working on tasks that you really don't like, tasks that they're painful for you. You don't exactly know the reason why, but you just know that they're really, really painful. And in this situation, many of the gurus out there, many of the coaches, many of the leaders say, you know what, just power through and get it done. And in a way, I agree. Definitely, it's better than just sitting on your ass and not doing anything about it. And that's what I've been doing a lot. And it helped me grow a lot, actually, in my personal life, in my business. But there's something else that I've discovered over the last year, and indeed, it did help me a lot that I do have a very experienced business coach, and I do have a personal therapist as well, and that I'm doing counseling with. And this interesting step forward is, don't just ignore the pain that you're having when you don't feel like doing something, but rather take a breather and think about what it's really bothering you. Because if you don't look into that thing, I mean, let's say that, best case scenario, you're going to continue and you're going to do the things that you don't feel like doing, and you're going to have results. But in time, there's going to be this frustration happening inside you. There's going to be this judgment against yourself. There's going to be this competition. There's going to be even that kind of little hatred against yourself. And it's going to add up with this frustration basically towards yourself. And you're going to stop even, I don't know how many of you find yourself talking to yourself and saying, oh, I'm such an idiot, or I don't believe I can do that. I gotta do it. And you strive and you do it. But meanwhile, you put pressure on everybody else in your life because you're going from this point of frustration against yourself, and it's affecting everything else in your life. Now, anyway, I believe that in a way it's better than not doing anything, to be honest. But there's another level to it, and that is, think about why you don't feel like doing something. Just think about it, because inside you, something is trying to help you. Something is trying to protect you from something that your mind has interpreted as negative. And you have to think about what that is. It might be fear of failure. It might be the lack of confidence. I mean, fear of failure comes usually from the lack of confidence that you have. And if you go through this thought process and you think about, okay, why do I have lack of confidence? Well, because there's so many people out there that can do this way better than I can do it. Well, and then basically you're starting to think about how to set yourself straight. And you're saying, okay, so what if there are people out there better than me? There's always going to be people that are going to need me. There's always going to be people that I'm going to be able to help. And instead of just keeping that frustration, keeping that judgment against yourself, which is going to hold you back constantly until you're going to fix it, or until indeed you're going to get better at something and then it's going to fade away. But it might have been years of pressure and frustration on you and everybody else around you. Why not eliminate that by just staying a little bit, understanding what you're feeling, going through the thought process, understanding the root cause, and tackling it at the root cause. And then you're going to get to the point where, like, okay, so it's basically a false belief that if I'm not as good as John or Mike or whatever, I cannot have a successful business. If I don't build a marketing automation tool as good as ActiveCampaign or any other MailChimp or any other tool out there, my new startup with my MVP that I've built right now with marketing automation has no chance. No, that's not true. But you have to go deep and understand, where is that concern? How did it come into place? And understand the root cause. And then you're going to actually fix it right there and understand, well, no, I don't have to be at that place. No, I just have to be small. I just have to bring some value. I just have to find earlier adopters. I just have to say exactly what I'm providing and provide high quality and exactly what I'm saying and deliver on it. That's it. That's what people expect. And then you're going to build a proper belief. You don't have to continue with this false belief and anger. You're just going to fix that. Okay, so that's basically, and that comes in your personal life as well. Like, you want to do something, but you look around and there's mess all the time and you feel like you can't do anything. You can go out, and you cannot have a fun time throughout the day because there's so many chores around you to get done, and you get all this frustration, and you always try to clean up and keep your kids, bring them in time from school and to school. And then if you're like, wait a second, why do I feel this frustration? Then you dig a little deeper and you realize, well, it's because I'm overwhelmed. I cannot afford, I don't know, a nanny, or I cannot afford someone to clean up my house. Well, how about if I just not clean up my house 10 times a day and I just do it twice, one in the evening, one in the morning? What if I would just put my kids to help me out with some stuff? So looking at your pain and understanding your pain and what you're going through in this mature introspection style is really going to help you achieve more, but with a good heart, with a strong, positive, healthy belief. Try it out and let me know how that works for you. Ping me in your comments with any questions around this, or if you have these kind of frustrations or you've experienced something like this. Bye-bye.